Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Papa was cracking. It's D about to react to another vid by Spill Sessions titled TikTokers Exposed for Lying. Confessions Gone Wrong. Thank you. Please explain what's going on because every time I open this TikTok app, I hear people saying, like, oh, these influencers all confess to lying. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Because I don't see the actual lies. But she about to show us the lies and what people have apparently been lying about. I don't know what's going on, but let's watch.
Some influencers have found themselves in some major trouble as they expose themselves prior to the TikTok ban. Now, TikTok is back. You can use it in the US right now. But influencers who expose themselves prior to TikTok turning the lights off for a couple hours are now facing some backlash as fans want them to address what the heck.
Wait, that's why they were confessing? Because I was confused. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Why would influencers just come out and start confessing about lying about stuff in the past? That doesn't make any sense. But this is why y'all goofy ass was exposing yourself, because y'all thought that TikTok was gonna be banned. How dumb is do y'all not have any other social media presence? Because even if TikTok did like officially get banned, do you not have like an Instagram account or Facebook or Snapchat or anything else? People to be like, bitch, you lied. We ain't forgotten and we're gonna come over here and talk shit about you lying. I don't understand that logic. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's why y'all expose yourself?
They confessed to. So we're gonna get into what has been confessed, how people have reacted to this. It is just such a mess, so we need to get into it. On Saturday, TikTok was banned for 14 hours, though at the time, influencers really did feel like the app was going to go dark for either ever or at least for a long while. And so they were taking the opportunity to post old drafts, thank you videos, and promote their other social media accounts. Some even decided to expose themselves for not being the most authentic in their videos, which is really
we already knew y'all were liars, but yeah, spill the tea.
To bite them. From admitting to being on weight loss drugs to admitting to not doing workouts they posted about, fans have been left wondering, now that the app is back, if they still want to support some of these people. Now, certain influencers did confess to things that were funny or just a troll, stating the obvious, but had just never admitted to it. But the ones who exposed themselves really found themselves in some trouble. One of the biggest shockers, are more like, can't believe they actually admitted to it, but maybe we already kind of knew, came from the TikToker Baby Dumpling, who I've covered before as she eats large amounts of food on TikTok in her mukbangs, and people have always said that there's no way she eats all of this food, even though she's claimed to. She has posted unedited videos on YouTube, but still, people just didn't always believe her TikToks. And when the app was hours away from being shut down, she posted saying, since TikTok is getting banned, there's one more secret I have to share with you. I don't eat all the food. A lot of people in the comments reacted saying that they already knew this, but just couldn't believe that she was actually exposing herself like this. Since the app did end up coming back online though, she has addressed things, saying, when I exposed the truth thinking I would never see you guys again. And then in another post she said, me coming back to TikTok after coming clean thinking it would be gone forever. And then because so many people were talking about her exposing herself, she followed it up with
this is actually gross. First off, you being so wasteful. So you just biting this food and then you like spitting it out directly after the clip, because yeah, you're not showing yourself chewing it at all. So it seems like she just like stuffing it into her mouth and then spit and then food spit.
Video talking more about the way that she films her mukbangs.
Hi, my dumplings. I thought it was obvious that it was a joke. I promise I eat all the food.
Girl, go to hell.
This is so awkward. It's like,
it's not even possible, first off, because if you was eating all of that unhealthy food, you would put on weight. I mean, it's just simple math. Calories in, calories out, and you can't outwork all that damn food that you just showed.
Telling someone a joke and the joke doesn't land, or like no one thought it was a joke. Because I eat all the food. Everyone's gonna think I'm retracting because the ban got lifted, but I actually plan on making a follow-up video right after. I just got like immediately drunk and went to the bars and like kind of forgot about the whole thing. And when I woke up, the ban got lifted, so I never even experienced the ban on TikTok. The TikTok ban really put things into perspective, so I'm gonna be cranking up the content. I'm gonna be on YouTube,
more fake content,
Snapchat, Instagram, OnlyFans. Everyone that defends my honor and defends me and believes I eat all the food, I promise you I was just joking, and I love every single person that defends me, my friends, family, and my followers. I love you guys, my dumpling. I'm not gonna get into it. I'll make another video maybe about it one day, how TikTok really changed my life. Like I literally went from being homeless with nowhere to live, living out of my car in a storage unit, to being able to live in New York City and surround myself with people who truly want the best for me and who love me and who I love. Love you guys. Mwah.
Now, as for someone else who admitted to faking some content, it's the account Vegan Mom of Two. Known for content where she walked around in public barefoot and said babies should be able to name themselves, she admitted that not all of that was for real. She shared before the app was shut down, since TikTok is getting banned, I went barefoot everywhere in 2021 because I wanted to buy a house. So people were like, okay, well, she's admitting that she did a lot of that stuff because she wanted the money from the videos that she was making. And then she posted a follow-up video where she talked about how her going in places like Costco without any shoes on, that just was not real.
The content I posted before I started going viral was pretty real. And then the content after I started going viral in the very beginning was mostly trolling. But a lot of it was based in truth. For example, with the shoe thing, I wear shoes about 20% of the time now. I used to.
She looks like a cartoon character. I can't pinpoint what his name is, but he has eyes like her. I know what I'm talking about.
Wear them not at all, because of the social media.
Like I know people use this as a joke, and I'm not trying to be funny because I don't think she's an ugly woman at all. But she does look like really easy to draw, like her eyes and whatever.
And I would make a lot of content about how shoes are bad for people. A lot of that was based in truth. I do agree still that shoes can be really damaging to your feet if you wear them too much or if they're too small. I go barefoot in my backyard a lot. However, going barefoot in places like Costco was trolling. I had another piece of content really similar to that, where I had a thought occur in my head that if my kids ever grew up and said that they didn't like the names that I gave them at birth and wanted to change them, I would call them by whatever name they wanted. But then I thought, how can I make this into a sensational video? So then I started recording and said, babies should be allowed to choose their own names. I would have to film these videos about 20 times until I got a take where I wasn't cracking up the entire time. That leads me to, why did I troll? The purpose was to get out of the situation I was in. I have the
You know what? Stuff like this, I hate these people. It just makes the internet such a fake place now. And it's just, I feel like it takes the fun out of it. When social media first started coming out with YouTube, Instagram and stuff, like even TikTok, I feel like it was a lot more authentic and you got a peek into other people's like real lives, and that was interesting. You know, just seeing everyday people doing things and being honest about the way that they live their lives. But now it's just a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of clout demons and people trying to go viral for a moment so that they could get money from it, so they can get out of their homeless situation like the last girl, or she's saying I guess she was broke too, you know. So it's just like, if it's just a bunch of rage bait and a bunch of nonsense, like why do I care? All y'all are fake.
And a car and furniture that I would not have had if I hadn't done that, which I understand is completely my fault.
But y'all are also to blame. Y'all being the people who feed into this, watch it, and y'all just like talking shit about other people. So, you know, you're like, oh, I gotta say something, I gotta respond. Why would you say a baby can name themselves? You know, people love that type of shit and they feed into it. So they're also to blame, because if you ignored these type of people and been like, this is so dumb, and kept scrolling, then they wouldn't keep doing it. But y'all are kind of helping create this environment online. It's so dumb. This is another reason why I don't like TikTok too. I feel like, yeah, it's just a whole bunch of rage bait. I see Twitter has turned into that as well. People just say the most outlandish shit just because it gets attention.
Should not have made those huge life decisions that I made at the
Well,
age
go
that
to
I
hell.
did. But
Who
that was
else
kind of how I
lying?
clawed my way out of it. Veganism was real, but I'd say it in ways that I knew was gonna piss people off. So things all fake. Most things were half real. Living in my car, staying up until 2 a.m., sleeping in a tent was real, but the reason that I said that I was doing it was fake. I was doing it because the situation I was in at home was not safe. I have not and probably will never get into how extreme the extent of it was, but it was not by choice that I was doing those things. But on social media, I would say that it was my choice, and I was following my baby's intuition. This was for safety reasons and financial reasons.
Some other shocking posts came from influencers like the girl who posts making and restocking her freezer with different ice cubes. As she said, I never actually used any of those special ice cubes, and people in the comments were so hurt by this one. This one was going around so much of people just feeling like they thought that she really was this organized, over-the-top girly, using these special ice cubes in her water every single day, when that just clearly was not the case and she was just making it for content. Other influencers who confessed were Meredith Duxbury, who admitted, I did wipe some of those tent pumps off, and this was in regards to her posting Get Ready With Me videos where she was using tons of foundation on her face, slathering it on, and everyone always being like, there's no way she is not cakey. When it turns out that was not real and she did wipe some of that off. Other influencers who admitted things were this influencer Lexi, and she went viral for her confession, you guys. She said, I never once drank the coffee I made in my coffee talks and only did like half the workouts I posted. People were losing their minds over this one, as she made coffee talks her brand as well as workout videos, and now that she was admitting that she didn't like coffee and didn't do these workouts that she posted, people were so baffled. They felt absolutely fooled, and especially when it came to the workouts, they were like, I was trying to get your body and you're over here telling me you're not even doing those workouts, so what's going on? They were really upset. So she decided to...
I'm be real with y'all. Most people who have like fit bodies and stuff, either they naturally have these fit bodies and they just don't really usually eat that much and that's just how they look, or they go into the gym. What was the first part that I said of that? I'm really tired. People who have these fit bodies, they go to the gym. Okay, yeah, they're not working out at home. That was my point. I'm not saying you can't get fit working out from home, but I just feel like you can only do so much. Like, you can only do so much, and it's really not going to make that big of a difference, especially if you're trying to change your body from being fat. You know, you need a gym membership to some degree to really make a substantial difference, I feel like. So I feel like you do have to go to the gym, because doing that, I don't think that's going to do much.
Delete that.
But I mean, it also depends on what you eat. Like I said, that's a big thing. But then say that the emphasis shouldn't be on, oh, do these workouts to get fit. It's like, no, it basically comes down to what you're eating. The home workouts aren't really making that big of a difference. It's what you eating that's making the difference.
TikTok and try and address the situation. She said, the coffee was always for my mom. I drink the coffee now, just not when it was iced and super sweet in 2020. I did the workouts, just not when I posted them. I was a kid on a brand new app. I didn't know better yet. So she's basically trying to say that people misinterpreted what she said, and everyone was like, oh, she's just trying to save her butt now that she's exposed herself. And they were still just really not happy with what she was saying and feeling like she was not authentic, and they were fooled and were questioning whether or not they wanted to support her and other people who had fooled them all this time when the app came back and was restored on Sunday.
So do you think all those influencers who went and admitted that their entire career is a lie, are they just gonna go right back to doing the same? Like, a girl literally admitted, no, I don't actually do any of those workouts that I post every single day, or I've never actually drank the coffee that I make every day, I give it to my mom, or, oh, I know that I've been telling you and how I train to get my body, but it's actually a BBL. Like, what?
To that?
Are we replacing the influencers that came on here and lied about their entire career as a TikToker or influencer? Because I'd like to apply for the job.
Maybe this is a hot take, but I think that some of the lies that creators are shamelessly admitting, and since we're all gonna die, here's a secret, you should know, trend should be shamed. Like, I think the trend started off right. It was like people admitting one lie and was like, okay, but now people are literally admitting to lying for years in multiple videos. I think it's kind of insane. Now, I know what y'all are gonna say. You're a hypocrite. You said in your last video you have the juiciest secret. Well, apparently it doesn't have that much juice in it compared to what I've seen coming out. Like, I thought it was juicy, but it was one video that I actually didn't expect to go viral. But guess what? I never lied again because it haunted me. But it seems like from watching this trend that people are genuinely proud to admit that they lied to people for years in like every video. Like, maybe they're my coworkers, but I'm also a fan and I'm so uncomfy right now.
Now, are we gonna keep following the lying influencers, or are we gonna make authentic people rich? Are we gonna make the right people famous now, actually?
See, this type of videos I kept seeing when I opened TikTok, and I was like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about?
There were some people who participated in this that it didn't seem so serious. Like, some people like Joey Graceffa were trolling him, and his ex Daniel joked that, you know, since TikTok is getting banned tomorrow, they said, we never dated, we're actually brothers. Obviously not true, but they were just playing into the fact that people were exposing themselves and their secrets. And Sean Evans from Hot Ones said that he doesn't like spicy food, which some people in the comments were like, we know, based on like the way that you eat some of those wings sometimes. Mackenzie from Dance Moms admitted that everything that she said in the interviews on the show were scripted. She said, all of my interviews were scripted. A producer told me what to say. But despite all these confessions, there was one viral person those online wanted to hear from, and that was Scar Girl. If you remember, this girl went viral because people were convinced that she was drawing this scar on her face for clout, and she came online this week to say the scar did switch sides and was drawn on with a black Sharpie and an eyebrow stamp. Then she she quickly said, JK, these were the dumbest things I've ever seen in my comments. Stop being weird. Which, if you followed her after, you know that she was trying to treat the scar and slowly it faded to be able to be covered, and it seemed she wanted to try and troll those who still thought that she was lying and drawing that scar on her face for clout. Now, someone Tana Mojo was calling on to come out and confess was Michaela. She wanted Michaela to come online and just admit that she used fake lashes in that mascara ad that she posted that went viral.
I can't believe TikTok was actually gone and Michaela did not just come online one time for the girls and just say it was an Ardell Wispy. Like, she had the chance to do the funniest thing ever. All you other bitches just like fitness influencers having a BBL, okay, you're sick. But like, come on, Michaela, we deserved that.
But Michaela never gave that confession. Maybe she saw everyone else getting torn up for sharing theirs and thought, yeah, maybe not. But that is what has been talked about a lot this week since the app has been restored. All the influencers coming out to share their secrets before the app went away, and the fact that it came back, and kind of just wondering why they did that, because some of them, they just outed themselves, and then what? They want people to go follow them on like Instagram? Like, there's no way. People think that they're like liars. So all their lore is gone now, and the app is back, and they've had...
These people are so damn stupid. Why would you put this out there? Even if you do try to backpedal and be like, oh no, what I actually meant was this. Or if you try to be like, oh, I was just joking, I wasn't lying the whole time. You have already created so much doubt and now you are not trustworthy whatsoever. And the whole reason why people follow a lot of these influencers is because they feel connected to what they're putting out there to some degree. And they do feel like it's authentic. So for you to just, you know, be like, oh, it's all fake. Now, yeah, like she said, the appeal is gone. They don't want to fuck with you anymore. I'm so tired of all these fake ass influencers. I feel like it's way more fake influencers than there are people being authentic and being honest. And this is actually what inspired me to want to create travel content, because I feel like there's so much fake shit out there. Every time I'm watching somebody's travel vlog, especially if they're really popular, people are just fake. Everything rainbows, butterflies. I'm only mentioning everything positive all the time. I'm just like, how does this help me? I need to get the whole picture. I want to know all sides. And people can't really handle that too, because I do get a lot of backlash. I don't say a lot, but I get a decent amount whenever I mention anything negative, which is damn near every video, because there is always something negative about every place. Every place has its pros and cons. So whenever I mention anything, people get bothered. The people in that country, people are very protective of their country's child, and they got something to say. They talking shit and they mad about it. And you complain, because I'm gonna talk about the good and the bad. All right. You know who never complain? The Japanese. Now that I fucking think about it, I don't recall getting any negative comments from Japanese people on those damn videos. Not one. Because I even talked about Kyoto and I was like, I wasn't really feeling Kyoto for the reasons I mentioned in that video. Not one person came over and was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you didn't do it right. Nobody did that. Says a lot. Anyway, yeah, these people are stupid. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.